Welcome to an episode of Baker Dave Presents. Today, we're here in the Morgan Hall kitchen. This is the working kitchen. You're gonna hear noises. People probably be walking through. We feed thousands of students here. In fact, one of the students is gonna be on my show today, a graduating senior, and we are going to make the world famous Temple tea cookie coming right up. Today I'm here with Kyle Schuerger. He's a student that's graduating this year, actually in a week or so.
Yep.
How did you end up on my show?
Well, I saw that TUTV was doing this before I graduate, big contest where you could say
right?
something you wanted to do before you graduated. So I said I wanted to come.
This was it?
Yeah, see what we're doing down here.
How cool is this? So I thought today it'd be fun, right?
Uh-huh.
To do the Temple tea cookie.
All right.
Because I think a lot of people have had the Temple tea cookies and probably think it's some secret recipe in a vault, which it's not. I'll be honest, I don't really hide recipes. I might joke with people. I actually had a girl ask me the other day about some churros. But, and I was like, oh, I could tell you, but I have to kill you. I was obviously joking.
Okay. Yep.
My point is that I'll give out any recipe. I don't believe in hoarding recipes. I know there's some chefs like that. So today I'm bringing you the secret Temple tea cookie recipe, and Kyle's gonna make it.
All right.
You're also gonna tell me all about your time here at Temple, dude.
Okay.
What are you doing?
All right. Well, I am graduating broadcasting, telecommunications, and mass media. So big name for television.
Right?
So maybe we'll do this again someday.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, it's been a great couple years.
You have a job yet?
No, I don't.
I'm sure you're alone.
Yeah.
Everyone else probably has a job.
Every other person.
All right, let's get started, then we'll come back and talk. So, this is like a regular cookie.
Okay.
So, you ever made cookies before?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm an expert.
Expert at cookies.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, you're going to start with what?
Okay, this.
No, what's the ingredient you're going to start with?
Oh, what are we starting with, Baker?
Butter!
Okay.
See, it's cookies. Cookies start with butter and sugar.
Okay.
So, put those in here.
All right.
We're doing this by hand because I always like to do
Gotcha.
things by hand, especially if I don't have to do it. Right?
Exactly.
Excellent. So what's cool about this is all cookies are the same. Everybody looks at cookies and they think, oh my God, I got to follow a recipe. And it's just, I don't even have directions on my recipes. I only have ingredients.
Okay.
So you're going to start with the butter, the sugar, and this is the baking soda and baking powder.
Okay.
Okay, so we have...
Going right in?
Yeah, dump it in. Dump it in, man. So what we do is it's called the creaming method. So you start mixing this up. You can use a sturdier spoon if you like. This is really just to get the stuff out of. Just gonna set this aside.
Okay.
So the idea is that the brown sugar is actually going to help break up the butter. Today I've softened the butter up a little bit so that you don't have to work too hard.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is, usually if you have cold butter and you have a machine, it's hard to whip the butter up and break it down. So the sugar, the granules get in there like sandpaper and break all the butter down, which is actually really cool. Makes it so it comes together.
Okay.
And this would be called the creaming method. This is what we do, us bakers. So all cookies are made with this method. You start with the butter and the sugar, and you cream it all together, and then you work from there.
Okay.
Once you've got that mixed a little bit more, put some muscle into it, buddy. Need some help there?
I think I'm...
Do you want some help?
All right. Go for it, Baker Dave.
This happens a lot.
I know.
It's okay.
Sure
It's not just you. So you can see we're creaming these. And if you notice, actually, it gets a little bit lighter in color after a while. That's a good thing. That means you're incorporating a little bit of air.
Gotcha.
That's not a problem, okay? So the next thing you're gonna add to this, sorry.
You're fine.
Very long spoon. You're gonna add your eggs.
Okay.
So we have our 2 eggs. You're gonna dump those in. And you're gonna mix that up. And that's gonna break, the whole thing's gonna look like it separates and looks more like cottage cheese for a half a second. It's gonna be okay. It's all gonna mix together. I promise.
I'll take your word for it.
So, you gotta have some good juicy stories from college, right? I mean, college kid, getting lost in the city, or are you from here?
I am from outside the city.
Okay.
I only spent a couple semesters here, though. I actually did a semester in London last year.
Oh, that's exciting.
Or last semester, I guess. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Saw a lot of other things there. But no, I love going into Philly. All right, how am I doing here?
That looks beautiful.
All right.
So the next thing we're gonna add is, these are red velvet cookies. So what makes a red velvet? Anything.
The red and the velvet?
Right, the red and the velvet. So generally red velvet, whether it's cookie or cake or pancakes or anything, you can pretty much turn anything in red velvet. All you really have to do is add a little cocoa powder and some red food coloring. And really, the reason we add the cocoa powder is because otherwise it doesn't come out real dark red, it comes out pink. So that actually makes the red darker without having to use a ton of red.
Right.
Because if you use a lot of food coloring, it comes out a lot of food coloring.
Yeah.
We don't want that. So you see how it's a nice, beautiful temple red there we got going on?
Very beautiful.
It's going to get tougher in a second when we add the flour.
Okay.
So are you staying in the area after you graduate?
No, I'm actually leaving for Los Angeles in a couple weeks.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Still not exactly sure what I'm doing there.
But
I'm going.
Flying by the seat of your pants, right?
Yep.
Just going out there and hoping to find a job? So you're going to be a waiter?
Yeah. Well,
Isn't that what they do out there?
That is the plan, yep. Everyone's a waiter.
Right.
But now I'll have these good baking skills I can use.
Right? So you can bring some cookies and maybe get better tips. That'd be perfect. And then we're going to add the flour. We've got 3 3/4 cups of flour.
Okay.
And this is when it's going to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
One of the things I've noticed with cookies a lot is if you ever have a cookie and you make it at home and it just spreads all over the place, and you really would rather it be softer and more cakey-like, add a little more flour. I've generally, even the Toll House cookies, I'll add an extra half cup of flour a lot of times. And it'll allow it to be more like cake, and it'll stay a little more firm, but soft to chew. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
How's that working for you?
I don't really know. How is it working?
You're doing
Is this
great.
what it should look like?
It should look like that, but mixed.
Okay, all right, well.
I mean, it's the right. We have a scraper here if you want to use that too.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so scrapers are great. See how it's got that nice curved edge there?
Uh-huh.
You kind of use it with your, and then you can kind of get right up against the bowl.
Ooh, nifty.
Play with that for a minute. And then that way you can get the stuff from the bottom. In case there's some wetness in the bottom that's making it unable to mix in.
All right.
And actually, you know what?
Go down.
Entirely up to you on how messy you want to get with this. You can just go with your hands if you want.
Oh, really?
Are you feeling?
I mean, sure, why not?
Why not?
Just go for it?
Just go for it, dude.
Okay. The things you learn.
I usually make people get messy on my show. It's especially fun when, people who sit at desks have to come on here and get messy. Yeah, just get in there like meatloaf, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like you're really just incorporating it. You don't want to overwork it, you just want to incorporate it. So that's a perfect, look at that. That's all over your hands and everything.
It is, yeah.
And since you're already a mess anyways, let's add the white chocolate chips into there.
Naturally.
Is this as much fun as you thought it was going to be? Seriously.
And then some.
And then some.
I didn't expect the hand mixing.
Well, you don't have to. That's just more fun, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's the reason I got into baking. I seriously, like, walking through the school and stuff
It's almost
and
like
checking them out.
Play-Doh that you can eat. And then
the
people
idea
don't
that
look
you
at
can
you
play
funny.
with your food is
Yeah.
awesome.
All right.
So, what's your favorite spot here in Temple? Where's the place you like to hang out?
Ooh,
That you're gonna miss when you're in LA. You know what I mean? Hanging out with all the celebs.
I actually like to go up. There's a tiny spot in the Sac.
You can kind of use this to scrape it off you too.
Oh, great.
Where is it?
Well, it's like upstairs, kind of like
It's
above
a little
the food
hidden
court.
place that only you know about?
Like, not a lot of people go there.
Well, they might
I
now.
can see other people, but then like I get to people watch without being watched.
That's a little bit stalkerish,
well,
right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong. Yeah.
That's your thing. It's cool. Yeah, actually, when I moved out here, originally from Ohio,
Okay.
I didn't really have. I just kind of came out to Atlantic City to find a job. I literally walked from casino to casino and dropped off my resume, and then drove back to Ohio, and then 2 weeks later came out for the interviews. And when I came out for the interviews, I literally rented a hotel room at the Howard Johnson for like 5 days, and figured I was either going to make it or not. Right?
Well, there you
Got a job
Trial
2
by
days
fire.
later, and moved into an apartment. It was great.
Nice.
And the rest is history. Okay, so this looks pretty cookie-like, I
Yeah.
have to say. It's fairly cookie-esque.
I did my best.
You did a great job.
Thank you. I tried.
I'm just trying to get the last of that flour from the bottom up.
You're the professional, so leave that part to you.
But you see how it's got that nice thickness there, even though the stuff was soft? So it's gonna bake up real nice. So, nice and thick. That's a good consistency. All right, so what we do in the baking world is we like to use scoops so that all the cookies are the same size.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you a scoop that you can scoop these cookies out. And we'll put 6 of them on here and drop those in the oven.
Okay.
I don't know why I did that. Don't worry about your hands.
Okay.
We'll clean them in a minute, all right?
Okay.
Relax. Let's get these in the oven first, and we'll go on to the next step, okay?
All right, sounds good. Sounds
so,
good.
do you ever used a scoop ever? Like, do you ever scooped ice cream
like
or anything?
ice cream, yeah, but this one's a little fancier
It's
than
kind of
I'm
like
used
ice
to.
cream, though, right?
It's kind of.
Sometimes I was gonna say, sometimes what I find is I'll actually just kind of shove it in there.
Okay.
And in that way,
They're all the same.
they're all the same.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But obviously, if you're at home and you want smaller cookies, feel free, just like any other chocolate chip cookie, because that's where this started. It was a chocolate chip cookie base that I converted to this. You know, your 2-spoon method, like Grandma used to do, where you take a little dollop of it and drop it on there, that's fine too. So because, like I said, these are chocolate chip cookie based, they're going to spread on their own. You don't have to press them down. You don't have to do anything fancy with them. You just have to plop them on there and throw them in the oven. You have them like in the exact spot they need to be, right? Like you're giving them ample room for growth. That's awesome.
All right. Good.
That's called attention to detail. That's a good thing. No, I mean, I'm sure that someday you're going to have a job where that's going to be really important.
Yeah. I think I'm going to try to become a baker now.
After this one
After this
experience?
day, yeah.
Holy cow.
My eyes have been
never knew I
opened.
had such an influence on people. I might talk you out of it.
Okay.
No, I love being a baker.
talk
I'm just
about
joking.
that.
It's the most fun you'll ever have.
Yeah?
It's hard to get, it's almost hard to take a paycheck sometimes. Almost.
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 All
All right, so we're just going to shove these in the oven back here. All right, and we'll get you cleaned up.
All right.
Our next thing, as I'm doing this, I'm seeing I got red all over my hands. This happens every time. Every time I make these, I can't not get red on me. At least it's not on my clothes. Usually I turn the mixer on, it's all over me. We didn't do that this time. So what's cool about the Temple Tea cookies, it makes them a little bit different than regular cookies, is I designed a cream cheese topping that's kind of like a Danish.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna make this mix up.
Okay.
We're gonna pipe on the cookies halfway through the bake and then put them back in and bake it the rest of the way.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna start with your cream cheese here.
Okay.
Just get your hands. I don't know why
All
I'm
right.
pretending like you're not
All
gonna
right.
get dirty. This is
All right.
ridiculous, right?
Good.
So you got your cream cheese. Here we have a little bit of sugar and some flour that helps to set it up a little bit. We have an egg and a little bit of vanilla, okay? And you can use a whisk if you like. You can, whatever you got to do there.
Okay.
You're gonna make a mess no matter what, right?
Yeah.
And you just mix that up, and it's, like I said, it's very similar to a cheese topping you might use on a Danish, or it's kind of like a cheesecake, only it's a little thicker. How's that?
Okay.
Does that make a little more sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. That looks
good.
beautiful. I mean, it's
right.
like a masterpiece. Let me try to get in there and
All right.
get this stuff out of the... All right, so you get that as smooth as you can because you have to pipe it, obviously, right?
Okay.
And it's got that nice color from the vanilla,
Yeah.
obviously, which is, vanilla's good. Everybody loves vanilla, right? So what we're gonna do is we're going to put this, have you ever used a piping bag? You ever decorated a cake? Let's go, like, have you ever seen cake? Do you know what cake looks like? Have you ever eaten cake?
I have eaten
Oh,
I have my
good.
fair share of cake. I'm not so experienced in the decorating side of it, though.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Seems like you should know how to decorate a cake, right? Okay, I'm gonna set this aside a little bit here.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the cookies out, and then I'm gonna pipe a couple, and then you're gonna pipe a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to burn you. That would be bad, right? Okay, so obviously be careful. The pans are hot. What we're gonna do is real simple. You're just gonna pipe a tea, and it falls out on its own. You do not need to do anything. You
Okay.
know, I'm not pressing at all. I'm literally like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just, can you, I was gonna say, do you probably explain how I'm holding this, right? That would make a lot of sense. So I usually do it like a two-part stage. I'll twist off the bottom like that, and then I'll hold the other thing just to not have it.
Like that?
Ultimately, you want this.
Okay.
You see, there you go.
Yeah.
It's okay if it drips out a little bit because that's what it'll do.
Yep.
Right? And then
Oh yeah, that does just come out.
it just falls right out, right? If you want it a little thicker, if you feel like it's too runny, add a little more flour to it. It's not a big deal. And again, it's like cheesecake, so it's going to kind of puff up when it bakes.
All right.
Let me get that back in the oven. And then you're baking it maybe like 10, 12 minutes to begin with, because they're big cookies. If you're doing smaller cookies at home, you're gonna bake it less.
Yeah.
10, 12 minutes. You just basically want it so that it flattens out. Once the cookie flattens out so you have an area to pipe on, then you're good.
Okay.
Then you pull them out, you pipe on them, and you stick it back in and let it go another 8 minutes or so, 8 to 10 minutes. So it takes quite a few minutes to cook to bake these cookies.
All right.
Okay, so the cookies are in the oven.
Yes.
They're getting ready to come out in a minute.
All right.
Right? Pretty exciting. Nothing's better than warm cookies, right?
Yes.
So what was, did you eat here on campus a lot? How do you feel about Morgan Hall or Johnson?
well-
Do you have any comments? Hopefully positive.
Definitely positive. I remember when I haven't eaten a whole lot at Morgan Hall just because
Okay.
it got built and after I
Moved off campus?
yeah. But I have stopped in a couple times just to
Okay.
check it out.
Okay.
But I remember when the Baker Dave the thing came out at the SAC.
At the SAC a couple years ago?
That was a big moment with me and
Really?
all the friends. Yes, we were very, very excited to see all the
To
cookies and
see
stuff.
donuts and
Yep,
cookies and
all of it.
pastries? Excellent. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
All right, so let me get these out. And then, we can give it a taste. See if it's everything you remember.
All right.
So, oh, crap. I was gonna try to put your face on a cookie because you had tweeted at me before, you said you wanted to have a huge cake with your face on it, and I wasn't
Right.
sure I was gonna be able to do that.
Uh-huh.
And then we went and put cheese on all of them. So that didn't really work out. You know what? I got something for you though. So, since you wanted your face on a cookie, I got you a little, make sure they see that. And I hope you like it, but I went and put your face on a cookie, on a cake.
This is great.
Does it look like you?
I think a little bit.
What do you think? So,
Well, thank you.
if nothing else, I want to make sure you got a cake with your face on it, you know what I mean? Maybe a little
Yes.
something to remember this day by, right?
This is great.
We're supposed to be trying a cookie though.
Right. We going?
Yeah, it should be.
All right.
We're not too hot. So,
Cheers.
to graduation and Temple University, right?
All right, there we
Cheers.
go. They're
It's
good.
always good when they're warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, thanks again.
Thank you. Oh.
This has been a blast. You're
Yes.
actually you're the first student I've had on the show.
Oh, really?
So, this is
All
pretty
right.
exciting. I hope I don't have to make a cake with their face on it for every student, but it's still pretty cool for you, right?
Oh, yeah. I'll take it. I'll take the win.
Thanks again. This is Kyle Schuerger. Thanks again, man.
Thanks for
good
having
luck.
me.
Enjoy LA.
All right, will do. I'll be back to visit.
I hope so. Thank you for joining us today on Baker Dave Presents. I'd like to put out a special thanks to Kyle Schuerger, and I'd like to also extend a hearty congratulations to all of the graduating seniors this year. Join us again next time on Baker Dave Presents, and remember, every recipe has a story.